My sister told everyone she had stage 3 cancer. My parents drained my wedding fund to pay for her treatment. 6 months later, I found out she never had cancer. She used my money for her wedding. 2 years ago, I was 28 and engaged to my fiancé Mark. We'd been together for 5 years. He proposed on Christmas Eve. It was perfect. We started planning our wedding immediately. I'm a graphic designer and Mark's a teacher, so we didn't have a ton of money. But we'd been saving for years. We had $20,000 in our wedding fund. Not a fortune, but enough for the wedding we wanted. My sister Rachel is 2 years younger than me. We were close growing up. Not super close as adults, but we got along fine. She was dating this guy Jake. Nice enough guy. They'd been together for about a year. Then one night, my mom called me crying. "Emily, it's Rachel. She has cancer." My heart stopped. "What?" "Breast cancer. Stage 3. The doctor said it's aggressive. She needs to start treatment immediately." I drove to my parents' house. Rachel was sitting on the couch, crying. My dad looked like he'd aged 10 years in one day. Rachel told us the doctor found a lump. They did tests. Cancer. Stage 3. She needed chemotherapy, radiation, possibly surgery. The treatment would be intense. I hugged her. Told her we'd get through this together. That she was strong. That she'd beat this. "I'm scared," she whispered. "What if I die?" "You're not going to die," I said. "We're going to fight this." That night, Mark and I talked. We decided to postpone our wedding. How could I plan a wedding while my sister was fighting for her life? Rachel started treatment a week later. My parents went with her to every appointment. She posted updates on Facebook. Pictures of her in hospital waiting rooms. Emotional posts about her journey. The support poured in. Friends, family, coworkers. Everyone rallied around her. Then my parents called me. "Emily, we need to talk about Rachel's treatment." They explained that insurance wasn't covering everything. There were experimental treatments that might help, but they were expensive. Really expensive. "We've drained our savings," my dad said. "We're willing to take out a loan, but..." My mom looked at me. "Your wedding fund. Could we borrow it?" "Just temporarily. We'll pay you back as soon as we can." My stomach dropped. $20,000. The wedding Mark and I had been planning. The deposits we'd already put down. But it was Rachel. My sister. She had cancer. "Of course," I said. "Take it. Family comes first." Mark agreed. He was amazing about it. "We can get married later. Your sister needs this now." So I transferred the money to my parents. All of it. $20,000. And I canceled our wedding. Rachel's treatment went on for 6 months. She wore scarves and hats. Said she'd lost her hair from chemo. She looked thinner. Tired. She posted constantly on social media about her battle. Day 47 of chemo. "This is the hardest thing I've ever done. But I'm fighting. #CancerWarrior, #StayStrong. The comments were full of support. Prayers. Heart emojis. People calling her brave. I visited her every week. Brought her food, watched movies with her, sat with her when she said she felt too sick to move. Mark and I put our wedding on hold indefinitely. I picked up freelance projects on the side to start rebuilding our wedding fund. We'd get married eventually. When Rachel was better. My parents were broke. They'd spent their retirement savings on Rachel's treatment. But they said it was worth it. We'd do anything for our girls. After 6 months, Rachel started to recover. She posted a photo of herself smiling. "I'm in remission. The doctors say the cancer is gone. I beat it. Thank you to everyone who supported me through this journey. I couldn't have done it without you." Our family celebrated. We had a big dinner. Rachel looked happy and healthy. She said the doctor told her she was cancer-free but would need regular checkups to make sure it didn't come back. I hugged her. "I'm so glad you're okay." "Me too," she said. "And Emily, thank you. For everything. For the money. For being there. I couldn't have survived without you." "That's what family does," I said. 2 months later, Rachel and Jake got engaged. She posted a photo of her ring. He asked and I said yes. After everything I've been through, I finally get my happy ending. I was happy for her. Really. She deserved happiness after what she'd been through. Then she called me. "Emily, I need to talk to you about the wedding." "Your wedding?" "Yeah. Jake and I want to get married soon. We don't want to wait. Life's too short, you know? I almost died. I want to enjoy every moment." "That's great, Rachel. I'm happy for you. There's one thing though. The wedding is going to be kind of expensive. We're doing it at this beautiful venue upstate. It's like a castle. I've always dreamed of getting married somewhere like that." My chest tightened. "Rachel, how much is this wedding costing?" She laughed nervously. "A lot. But I deserve it, right? After everything I've been through. How are you paying for it?" "Mom and Dad are helping. And Jake's parents. And we've been saving. It'll be fine." Something felt off. But I didn't push it. A month later, I ran into someone at the grocery store. Dr. Patricia Chin. Rachel's oncologist. At least, that's who I thought she was. Rachel had mentioned her by name dozens of times. Dr. Chin. I said. Hi. I'm Emily. Rachel's sister. She looked confused. I'm sorry, do I know you? Rachel Miller? She was your patient. Breast cancer? Dr. Chen's face went blank. I think you have me confused with someone else. I don't have a patient by that name. My blood went cold. Are you sure? Rachel Miller. She had stage 3 breast cancer. You treated her for 6 months. I'm an oncologist, yes. But I've never treated anyone named Rachel Miller. I'm sorry. She walked away. I stood there in the middle of the grocery store, frozen. I drove straight to the hospital where Rachel said she'd been getting treatment. I asked to see Rachel Miller's medical records. They said they couldn't release them without her permission. Can you at least tell me if she's a patient here? The woman at the desk typed on her computer. We don't have anyone by that name in our system. I felt like I was going to throw up. I called every hospital in a 50-mile radius. None of them had any record of Rachel Miller being treated for cancer. I went to my parents' house. Rachel was there. We need to talk, I said. Alone. Rachel looked nervous. What's wrong? I took her to her old bedroom. Closed the door. I ran into Dr. Chen at the grocery store, I said. Rachel's face went white. She doesn't know who you are. Emily. I checked with the hospital. You're not in their system. You've never been a patient there. Rachel started crying. Emily, please. Did you ever have cancer? She collapsed onto her bed, sobbing. No, she whispered. I never had cancer. I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath me. What? I lied. I faked it. All of it. Why? She looked up at me, tears streaming down her face. Because I was desperate. Jake and I wanted to get married, but we didn't have any money. And you had all that money saved for your wedding, and Mom and Dad had their savings, and I thought if I told everyone I had cancer, they'd help me. I couldn't breathe. You faked cancer. To steal my wedding fund. I didn't think of it as stealing. I thought. You faked cancer. I screamed. Do you have any idea what you put this family through? What you put me through? I canceled my wedding. I gave you $20,000. Mom and Dad drained their retirement. I know it was wrong. But I was going to pay everyone back. With what money, Rachel? You spent it all on your wedding. She kept crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. It snowballed. I couldn't figure out how to stop. How did you fake it? The doctor visits? The treatment? I went to the library instead. Or coffee shops. I'd come home and say I'd been to treatment. I bought a wig and cut it up to make it look like my hair was falling out. I lost weight on purpose. It was easy to fake. I stared at my sister. This person I thought I knew. I'm telling Mom and Dad, I said. No. Emily, please. It'll destroy them. You should have thought of that before you faked cancer. I walked downstairs. My parents were in the living room. We need to talk, I said. All of us. I told my parents everything. My dad sat there in silence, his face gray. My mom kept saying no. No, that's not possible. Rachel wouldn't do that. But Rachel didn't deny it. She just sat there crying. I'm sorry, she kept saying. I'm so sorry. My dad finally spoke. You faked cancer. Yes. You let us drain our savings. You let your sister cancel her wedding. I know. For what? For a wedding. I wanted the wedding I've always dreamed of. I didn't think. You didn't think? My dad shouted. You didn't think lying about having cancer was wrong? My mom was crying now too. How could you do this? How could you put us through that? Rachel had no answer. I stood up. I want my money back. All of it. $20,000. Rachel looked at me with panicked eyes. Emily, I don't have it. I already spent it. The venue, the dress, the photographer, the caterer, it's all paid for. The wedding is in 3 months. Then cancel the wedding. I can't. We'll lose all the deposits. I don't care. You stole that money. My parents said nothing. They just sat there, looking destroyed. Over the next few weeks, things got worse. My parents were torn. They were furious at Rachel, but she was still their daughter. They didn't want to ruin her life by demanding she cancel her wedding or pressing charges. They asked me to be patient, to let Rachel pay me back over time. Over time? She doesn't even have a job. How's she going to pay me back? She'll figure it out, my mom said. This is unbelievable. She faked cancer, stole from all of us, and you're protecting her. We're not protecting her. We're trying to keep this family together. By making me the bad guy? My mom looked away. Then Rachel called me. Emily, can we meet for coffee? I almost said no, but I was curious what she could possibly have to say. We met at a Starbucks. She looked nervous. I've been thinking, she said, about how to make this right. There's no making this right, Rachel. I know, but I want to try. And I thought, what if you were my maid of honor? I stared at her. Excuse me? At my wedding. I want you to be my maid of honor. It would mean a lot to me. And maybe it could be a way for us to start healing. To show that we're still sisters. I laughed. I couldn't help it. It was the most absurd thing I'd ever heard. You want me to be your maid of honor? At the wedding you paid for with MY money? After you faked cancer? I know it sounds bad. It doesn't sound bad, Rachel. It is bad. You're insane if you think I'm going to stand next to you at that wedding and smile. Emily, please. I'm trying to make amends. You want to make amends? Give me my money back. Admit to everyone what you did. Apologize publicly for lying about having cancer. Then we can talk about amends. I can't do that. It would ruin everything. You already ruined everything. I left. Blocked her number. Told my parents I was done. My mom called me crying. Emily, you're tearing this family apart. I'm tearing it apart? Are you serious right now? Rachel made a mistake. But she's still your sister. Can't you find it in your heart to forgive her? No, I can't. Then I don't know what to say. Say that what she did was wrong. Say that you're on MY side for once. Silence. That's what I thought, I said. And I hung up. Rachel's wedding happened 3 months later. Without me. I didn't go. Neither did Mark. We spent the day hiking and pretending it wasn't happening. My parents went. They posted photos. Rachel in her expensive dress. The castle venue. Everyone smiling. I cried when I saw the photos. Not because I was sad to miss the wedding, but because that was my money. My dream. And she took it. 6 months after the wedding, my mom called. Emily, there's something you should know. Rachel and Jake are getting divorced. What? Why? Jake found out. About the cancer. About the money. Someone at the wedding told him. He's furious. He's filing for divorce. I felt nothing. No satisfaction. No vindication. Just emptiness. And Rachel? I asked. She's devastated. She moved back in with us. She wants to talk to you. No. Emily. No, Mom. I'm done. She made her choice. I made mine. A month later, my parents showed up at my apartment. We need to talk, my dad said. They came in. Sat on my couch. We were wrong, my dad said. We should have stood by you. We should have made Rachel face consequences. We were so focused on protecting her that we forgot about you. And we're sorry. My mom nodded, crying. We want to make it right. We're taking out a loan to pay you back the $20,000. It'll take us years, but we'll do it. I didn't know what to say. And Rachel? I asked. Rachel is on her own, my dad said. She's an adult. She made her choices. We can't keep enabling her. What about keeping the family together? My mom looked at me. We don't have a family if we don't have you. That made me cry. It's been a year since then. My parents have paid me back $8,000 so far. Mark and I got married last month. Small ceremony. Just us, our friends, and my parents. Rachel wasn't invited. She's been texting me. Apologizing. Begging for another chance. Saying she's in therapy and she's changed. I don't respond. Maybe one day I'll forgive her. But forgiveness doesn't mean letting her back into my life. Some people think family means forgiving anything. Overlooking lies. Enabling bad behavior because that's what family does. But faking cancer to steal from me? Manipulating everyone who loved her? Asking me to celebrate her after what she did? That's not family. That's a stranger who happens to share my DNA. I chose me. I chose my life. I chose the people who actually showed up for me when it mattered. And I don't regret it. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free and helps this channel grow faster so we can keep posting more emotional Reddit stories for you. Thank you all again.